Hello, friends, enemies, and those we haven't made up our minds yet of. This is Laughing Lich Corp playing our epic level campaign. We are currently level 23. I am starting the stream now because there are secrets being whispered in back channels, and I wasn't sure how long that was going to take, so you can hear us chat about some things right now. Bhranti is doing some spell empowerment for her downtime, so I'm working on that with her.
My
Nice.
first two rolls were both fours. I figured I'd re-roll
Yeah.
the double, so it's a 4 and an 8. I am pretty cool.
Also, at the same time, looking through the chat logs of last session, for the fucking spells that we found in the spell book.
Oh, the ones that look like they would be good for,
The shadow spells, yeah.
yeah, Shadow Boy.
All right, and you said it was a wrathful smite or hellish rebuke.
What do you think? I could do. Sorry, I could do Hellish Rebuke, or I could do Wrathful Smite. One's a reaction, one's a bonus action.
Right. What did you roll, a 4 and a what?
8.
All right.
Interesting. They both would be interesting with what you rolled, so I would say maybe wrathful smite.
Okay.
That does radiant damage, is that correct?
No, Psychic.
Oh, shit. Okay. All right, I will send you the empowered spell right now. We are
Okay.
live, by the way. Wasn't sure how long secrets were going to take, so I started the stream.
Sorry. Hi everyone. We are
Hello.
live. I was just giving secrets to Spider. Spider, could you please recap us on what happened last week?
To the best of your ability.
Yeah, no shit. So last week we woke up from a long rest. Everyone seemed well rested, ready to continue our adventure into discovering more about this demigod plot. When we noticed something a little funky about Bronte. She didn't seem herself. And we came to the conclusion that she wasn't herself. A new entity named Bokash became the person in charge of Bronte's body, and we weren't entirely sure what to do about that besides go with it, don't trust it. But we went with it, and we decided to explore the tower. First going into, was it the basement first?
No, we ended up going up first.
Oh,
and then we
went up first. I forgot. We went up first. Gaining more information, realizing there was a lot of dead bodies. And we weren't entirely sure why. And we made
skeletons.
Well, skeletons, but skeletons have to come from somewhere, Jesse.
Mm-hmm. They were old, 800 or so years.
They're still a dead body. Or when does a dead body stop being a body and becoming a remains?
Rules as written, it's an object as soon as it's dead.
Anyway, we made it up to the top where we found this very interesting telescope facing out into what seems like nowhere in particular, when we were attacked by oh god, basically giant stellarodactyls. And that was not a fun fight. We were able to overcome them, we were able to defeat them. But we found out that there was something particular about this telescope that we needed to find. And so we continued our search through the observatory, made our way down into the basement, where we ended up finding a vault that contain. I don't remember how we had to solve the vault.
That one.
Oh yes, the instrument. We had to figure out these instruments pieces that were missing, and they were the key to unlocking the vault, which inevitably had was it a Solarium lens?
Correct.
Yep,
Yeah.
the
And some
Stellarium
potions.
lens.
Yes. So it had a Stellarium lens, which we kind of deduced came from the telescope, and potions and many useful things. Made our way back up to the top of the observatory, reattached the lens to the telescope, and we saw just a lot. There was it was a lens into a shadow realm, I think, if I remember correctly.
A lot of different things. Constellations that
Yes.
they thought were not present or were then present, and vice versa.
Yeah, there was a lot happening through this Solarium lens, and we decided that we weren't going to keep this information secret, but we were going to keep it selective who knew what was going on. um, and I think we decided we wanted to make our way back into town to get some more information, if I remember correctly. And that's where we ended up.
We were
Unless-
called back to town.
Oh, we were called back. I couldn't remember how we got brought back into town, but we got brought back into town where from this session to from our
Excuse
previous
me.
session to this session, we had roughly a week to do what we will, figure out some secrets of town, and maybe figure out a few things about ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
And Diov
That's
stole
where
the
we're at.
telescope.
Oh yes, and Diov stole the telescope. No surprise there.
All right. So, you guys had your time in the city for some rest and relaxation, as well as maybe assisting others. Bo, what did you do during this time?
Thank you so much for asking. So, since we had 2 weeks, 1 week, I would say Bhranti was able to regain control to empower the spell, and then the
Oh, thank
other week,
God.
Bokash took back over to empower a spell as well.
Do I hear chimes in the background?
Yeah, I'm sitting in the back. Sorry.
No, I don't care.
I like it.
Yeah,
It's
it's very,
party.
very pleasant.
Well, now they're acting up because you said something.
Mm-hmm.
Of course.
So yeah, she stayed in with Diov to focus on magic and to maybe gain some thoughts, peace, and prayers on what the fuck just happened. Because here's my thought, right? Is that Bokash, because he has been kind of in this dual world for so long, that he's able to remember and know everything that Bhranti does, but Bhranti doesn't know everything that Bokash is doing because she doesn't know how to tap into that energies yet. So I feel like she came back and just kind of like woke up and was like, okay, let's go to the tower. And everyone's like, we went to the tower, babe. Like we've been done that. And then had to deal with the fact that she was taken over by her spirit.
Really quick, Bokash identifies as male.
He doesn't mind. He doesn't mind either, or he is technically male though.
Got it. Okay. Interesting.
But really
so
likes
whenever,
to-
Hence the fascination with boobs.
yeah, I was like, whenever Bo really presses him up, and I get it now.
Yep. Fascination.
All right. Excellent. And Brad, Muad, what did you do?
Sorry, really quick. While he's
Yes.
saying that, Jesse, can you DM me those 4 spells that we found in the spell book.
Absolutely.
Thank you. Sorry, Brad.
Okay. In dealing with the demons and those weird soul pustule things, Muad did realize he needed to do some fucking research. Because in his dealing with demons, they did not have glowing pimples. So he just researched what was going on with that whole shebang. And he found some interesting stuff that he does not want to share quite yet.
You would know that he went off to go. All of you would know that he went off to study to go figure some things out about the the soul swells or soul blisters, whatever you want to call them. That the pustules that exploded, and wanted to learn more
I
about
know.
those as well as research about demons and whatnot.
He's gonna have little soul pustules on his medal when he comes back, isn't he?
Nope, not yet.
No.
Also, Jesse,
Yet.
that
Yes.
bonus action thing, is that something I have now, or is
Nope,
that just
you're
in
gonna
general?
need a wizard of some sort in order to make it into a spell or
Okay.
infuse it into a piece of equipment in order to do it. So you're gonna need definitely the help of some other people.
Okay. Gotcha. I just wasn't sure because it was just
Yeah, that was just what they use, and you learned that, but now you need to take that and apply it.
okay.
All right. And then Spider, what did you do?
So Spider decided, because she had some pent up, I don't want to say anger, but repressed feelings, that she decided the best way to deal with was to go find the fighting pits, which apparently were a bit more secret than she thought. And she did unusually well, like going through the entire um roster with relative ease, to the point that even made her a bit suspicious of things. And the main macho overseer, Gruntusk Stonehide, was, very observant, very oddly considerate for what she was expecting from a secret fighting pit, but he seemed to appreciate honor and fairness far more than she expected. And she also noticed that people in this fighting pit weren't exactly fighters. It just seemed like they were regular people who really should not be in fighting pits, but they were desperate. Apparently their loved ones would be ridden with disease that only one of the prizes that was awarded to the winners of each fight, a potion of cure disease, would be able to fix, since apparently there was no medicine to be found. And it seemed that everybody was taking the potion of cure disease. And she was a little concerned by that, mostly for the fact that these people must be truly desperate if they're going to a fighting pit. But the last person that she has to fight is a guy named Durak Bloodshield, and she is very excited to fight him. Apparently the fight's tonight, so she's warming up.
Shit, I forgot to buy a ticket.
Okay, it's okay. I've got you. Copper piece for
Can I get a
you.
drink too?
Spider, for the record, you recall that this fight club is not exactly legal as well, so it's kind of hush
Yeah.
hush. But again, it's like it's the underworld. It's where people want to get some stuff done and maybe do some illicit trading and make some money. But this is where you go to fight, and it was pretty not too hard to find.
So the Shining City on the Hill has a secret underbelly and a bunch of people who are sick, and there's not enough medicine to go around.
Are we
Exactly.
really surprised?
No, not at all.
All right. And then Diov, what did you do?
I did a spell empowerment my first week. Created a new magic missile spell, and then second week did some research, which might coincide with some of Mod Dib's research if we were to ever have a conversation about that. And then I would have also, Jesse, in the off time between spell research and sleeping, could we have looked around for some like blacksmith's guild who might be interested in trade for the information on Stellarium that we found?
Let's see. You are looking for someone who's able to manipulate Stellarium?
Yeah, people that are studying the manipulation of it, because I know that it's still fairly rudimentary in the city.
Sure, make an investigation check.
Oh, Jesse, so many.
Also Jesse.
Really quick, for Diav's, you speak to a lot of different smithies. They all give you mostly the same answer, is that the metal, they are aware of it. They've never actually worked with it. All that Stellarium is always sequestered to the guard and is currently handled by Dracarith and the council. Mainly Dracarith, who is the head of the guard.
Where am I going to put this?
Yes, Bo.
Sapientia. We have not figured out the book, like the finishing stuff with the Sapientia book.
I am waiting until you turn into Bhranti.
Okay, well, I don't know who I am just starting it, so I'll roll and let you know in just a second.
All right, sounds good. So, you guys reconvene probably at the Thorn and Tonic Tavern. During the morning, you guys are just waking up, you have breakfast, and you just kind of discuss. It's your first day in like maybe a week or two that you've really been together, seen each other and whatnot, and you can discuss what you did, and any kind of comment or thing you want to bring up.
We are Bhranti today.
Hey.
Yay!
Do you have the general thing that I gave you for the book? I don't have a item made yet, but do you have the general listings?
I was working on creating a magic item in D&D Beyond. That's why I was asking. Hold on 1 second. View Bhranti. Okay. The only thing I remember about the book is that we rolled the minor stuff and the major stuff.
Yeah, make sure you know those. And I am messaging you something.
I don't know if I have those written down. Let me find it.
We did roll for those. I do recall rolling.
Yeah, we did roll for them together. I think at the very end of the.
They're in the log.
session.
I think they're on page 2.
Okay, I'll log it up.
While Bhranti is doing that, you guys are discussing. What do you guys discuss?
I pulled some information from the Avalonian, or the Seraphorian obituaries of any Minotaur deaths in recent times, as well as spouses of Minotaur. Sort of determine where this child came from. So I have that, and we can cross-reference that, or maybe seek out some of these, or the families. That's interesting to anyone. I also got some information on the pantheon of this land. So if anyone's curious about the other gods and goddesses of this land, apparently the biggest information I gathered is that there is a god of nature, but as with most gods of nature, they seem neutral and good, and I don't know why they would initially ravage this land for a reason. I do also know that the demon lord, the dread god of the abyss, sent his on Sapientia's temple as a left hand and a right hand man. The Tinkerer, which I didn't find much information on, and someone named Arumvas.
You faced him in Sapientia's temple.
Arumvas was the bat devil.
Yeah, but he's an underling. He's below the Tinkerer. He's not
Okay.
like a left hand. He's literally
Oh,
just an
okay.
underling.
All right, yes. Oh yes, he was an underling of about like 1 or 2, which makes sense, obviously. Yeah. Other than that, I didn't find much information on that I could put together on what deific level magic created this curse around this land. There is a god named Metamorphe, dwells in a mystical forest that shifts and changes, which kind of comports partially to this curse, but again, there's not a whole lot of information.
Okay. That's a
And
lot.
Finally, I also did some research through the mythos and tales of this area, and looking specifically for maybe powerful artifacts that might help us along our way. Most of it seems to be nothing more than storybook fantasy, but there was some converging information on an old bank or a securities building in Avalon that had underground tunnels to more valuable. So that is a point of information should we decide to look for it. Perhaps we could find a map of the old Avalon.
Maybe.
Just quick question.
Yes.
Do we remember seeing any boils on the Minotaur demon baby thing?
Nope, not at all.
Okay.
The Grimalkin.
Grundlekin.
Yes, Grendelkin.
Not the Grundlekin. That's
Not
a
the
different-
Grendelkin.
Well,
Alright. Yep.
y'all can have fun. I have a fight tonight if anyone wants to join and watch.
Of course. That sounds interesting as fuck.
It's very interesting. I do very well. But I am a little worried about how things might end up going. I don't know. Would I know anything about the guy I'm trying to fight?
Well, let's do a investigation check or even a history check as you try to like gauge the crowd. Like, who's this Dark Blood Shield? You know what I mean? Like, try to talk to people, try to get some information. Hot damn. There you go. So that is what he
Oh.
looks like. You've seen him hanging out here and there. And let me pull up some
That was like
information.
a full orc.
So Durek is a hulking orc in rugged appearance. He's half orc, but I guess he's full orc. That's what the picture shows. He has a prominent scar across his one eye. His tusks are filed to sharp points, and he is known for his imposing presence and his role as a respected fighter in the underground fight club. He is often seen being one of the trainers of other fighters. Gruntusk, Stonehide, whenever people like ask for help, they direct them to Durek Bloodshield, and as the name suggests, he has a very large shield that he wields with his fighting, and he teaches people how to use every advantage, whether that's the way that they stand, whether that's what weapon they have in this hand versus that hand versus a shield. He makes sure that they understand how to use them and how to use them effectively and carefully.
Okay. I'm going to quietly relay that to the rest of the group. Yeah, so that's a thing. But yeah, I am going to be fighting him tonight. So if any of you guys want to come watch, you have to be kind of hush hush about it. I'm a little worried because there's a lot of people going into this fight that don't belong in a fighting pit. Like, my toddler could beat them up. And it makes me concerned that there might not be as much compassion in the medical field here as there might be up where we're from.
I would be happy to help with that.
Yeah, about it. It's there. So we get prize money or the potion of cure disease, and everyone's been going at the cure disease. So I'm a little worried about Gruntusk being a monopolizing person and holding something over the townsfolk, or people just genuinely don't know how to do medicine here, which is totally possible.
I
But
have not seen a single person wash that. It's a disgusting city.
it's not the best. It does build your immune system to a degree, though.
There's poop on the streets. And they
Yeah,
call
there's poop on the
themselves
street
civilized.
where we come from.
Yeah, but it's
but-
in the gutter. There's a poo
Yes.
right there.
I'm not
So
disagreeing.
Sorry. I don't mean to be a bother. Do you have any honey?
But for real though, I am kind of worried that there might be something sketchy going on with the disease control around here, because, like I said, my toddler could beat up some of these people that are in these fights. I feel kind of bad for beating up these people in some of these fights.
Jesse, is there like an area of the city that seems more like squalid than the rest of it?
Honestly, most of the city seems pretty uppity. Very nice houses, very nice. Everything is, there's limited real estate, so therefore everything is kind of lifted up. There really isn't a squalid or more poor part of town. There are definitely buildings that like need repairs here and there, but nothing crazy. It's a pretty wealthy place.
Well, it might not be like a standard disease like what we experienced in the forest. It might just be something that normal people, I mean, even we kind of had issues with the extraordinary disease, so it could
I
be
know.
something like that.
It could, but I'm also worried that someone's using power to...
Keep
Like-
fighters in the pit.
Yes, exactly. Thank you, Diov.
What? No.
Oh yes.
No.
People
No,
are so
that's-
perfect.
This never happened.
Never.
These-
Says the Tin Man.
You may or may
It's-
not own golems.
It's also possible that, you know, I mean, if this area has been, you know, raised for 800 years, that's 800 years of population increase without the ability to increase the land that you're occupying. So it's
True.
possible that if they are building up, they're also building down, and that the more seedy elements or the unwanted are forced underground to the tunnels and such that we found under.
That is true, and I do understand where you're coming from. I just worry there's some kind of organized monopoly over the people, and I just want to make sure that my assumptions are wrong. So you are more than welcome to join me and watch, but I
I'm
just
always
if you
down
if
for
you
toppling
if you
corrupt magic.
perfect. If you could continue doing some background observations while I'm, kicking ass and taking names, that would be ideal too. Jesse, what time is this fight at?
Tonight. It's currently morning, so you got plenty of hours. If you guys
Okay.
wanted to do anything, or Diov, Muad'Dib did some research that you might be interested in.
I shared my research. He's welcome to share his research.
Speaking of sharing research, I do need your help with something, Diov. I don't think I'm quite as magically inclined. I'm kind of in the magical contract business, and apparently it works, but I can't really do new stuff too well.
Okay, what is it in particular you're looking for?
I would prefer it not to be quite so public.
Are you saying not in front of the streets or not in front of our trusted allies?
In the streets.
You can hush hush, and you can.
Oh, yeah, okay. Yes, I'm looking to refine my soul stealing abilities. And I believe I've found a way, and it's much more different than what I'm used to.
I will be completely frank. It's not that I haven't been interested in the magics that you've been using to trap souls and roots and demonic hierarchy, but what assurances do I have that this type of magic will only be used on those that are deserving of it? The problem with people that delve into this magic is that they often put themselves above all others.
Well, I've been using it pretty well so far, I like to think. Other than that, it's kind of just you have to trust me.
Sure, Diov will help him if for any other reason to understand it more, that he might be able to counter it if something.
Yeah, Muad'Dib would explain that it is exactly what the demons that we fought use. Like it's a 1-to-1 conversion. So it's not like he's taking it.
They're
Usually good.
They do seem to siphon the soul energy into their own bodies, and it results in pustules of flesh boiling up with the soul. You don't have flesh. That would be a problem. Could possibly integrate some kind of crystalline baubles around you that might be able to store the soul with the right enchantment.
Yeah, I was thinking kind of an integrated soul coin, probably not of the same material as my body in case something weird happens, since it's not normal skin.
Well, I do have information and knowledge on how to create jars that store souls. Generally, it's one's own soul and not someone else's. But that is readily information that I have.
I also know how to make the soul coins, so that we could probably hammer something out.
Put them together, yeah.
Yeah. And literally hammer it out, I guess.
So, the spell I'm thinking of is Magic Jar, which would mean that every one of these baubles that we're creating would require a crystal reliquary specifically made for your armor, worth at least 500 gold pieces.
I do have a spare soul coin. I don't remember what the cost was to make one, but I also have 4 full ones if we wanted to test those ones first.
Do they have souls in them?
Yes.
Ooh, do you have the names of who's in there?
Assorted rats.
Oh, okay.
Random dude off the street number 12.
For my my cloning workshop, Jesse, I likely have a couple of these jars ready sitting by.
Okay, sounds good. Well,
Yeah, we
roll
can
a
test.
roll a d4 plus 2. You have 4 jars ready to go.
All right. So it's a 6th level spell, so I guess I'll drop that into the creation of this. Do I need to make like an Arcana check or something?
This might be a more involved thing that we might do outside of the session. But I like where you're going. Make an Arcana check, DC 25.
With advantage, because I assume I'm assisting.
Yeah, sure.
Oh,
Ooh, you needed that advantage. A
I love
plus
how you have a plus
21.
21.
And you just
Jake.
barely got it.
see, I need to play epic level so I can actually pass check.
Yeah. Yeah, you guys are able to get the first magic jar going, and it seems to be stable for now.
I'm definitely placing it in the Iron Man chest spot.
Got it. We will tinker with this in a little bit, maybe next session or so, but I'm going to put a pin in that. But I would say the first attempt is successful.
Sweet.
You.
Beautiful. Does anybody have anything else they need to do before the fight? I do wish to talk with... did we ever, Jesse, talk with Dracarith, who called us back to the city, or...
Not yet, no.
Okay. I suppose I need to speak with him about some of the information that we found, but I assume we have a meeting scheduled at some point. Kind of rude of him to call us back to the city and wait 2 weeks for a meeting, but...
It may have been that you guys were busy and you're playing phone tag, like, hey, are you available now? Like, no, I'm not. What about this day? No, I'm not. What about this day? It's like
It's just adulting. I'm sorry, Dracarith.
seriously adulting.
Listen, we're new here. We're trying to figure stuff out. You know how it is.
You have any idea how difficult it is to get 6 people around the same table once a week?
Very rare.
All right. So, what are you guys
yeah.
going first?
Also, Jesse, do you want to hear what Bhranti's empowered spell is?
Absolutely.
So Bhranti's is called Bhranti's Bedazzling Bolt of Blinding Blight.
Love it.
Say that 10 times fast.
I will not, thanks. It is like a guiding bolt, but it is like empowered, you know. So on a hit, the target takes 5d6 radiant damage. Target is blind until the end of its next turn. Until the end of its next turn, the target glows, granting advantage on all attacks against it and illuminating any hidden allies adjacent to it.
Nice. So it's
Yeah,
like
so-
a fairy fire as well as guiding bolt.
Yes. And then I also have Boy Wonders, but I haven't figured out the full alliterated name for his.
Got it.
So come back to me later.
Got it. ChatGTP, it really will help you. No joke.
That's true. I like to do it on my own though. 'Cause
Your
it feels
damage is not right on that.
that is not right. I was like, 1d6? Sir, are you okay? I'll figure it out. Don't worry about me.
Just for roleplay's sake, as we are moving about the city, I will have a conjured family coach. That's our travel around the city.
Sounds good.
Ooh. Snazzy.
Where are you guys going to first?
Breakfast.
Could we get a list of some locations in the city, Jesse?
Absolutely. Thought you'd never ask.
Give me that list, Daddy.
Beautiful.
Kazintite or no? Anyway, Straps and
Have I said
All right.
before that anytime somebody says bless you out in the wild, I always say counterspell?
That's really funny. Even if they don't know what D&D is.
No, yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
that's even better. All right, so we got Criblex's Research Repository. We have the Silken Serenity Silk Shop, the Mystic Melodies Music Emporium, the Radiant Relics Rare Books, the
Oh, so
Starlit...
Jesse was talking from experience with the illiterate.
100%. The Starlit Sips Spirit Shop, and the Verdant Visions Vase Emporium. And I will copy and paste all those. Those are the shops in that come to mind, but there's obviously more. There's like the guard barracks, as well as the like, not, I wouldn't call it a palace, but more of like a how do you say, a place where the people in charge work at?
Council office?
Sure. But it's very pretty opulent.
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 Oh boy, are you incorrect.
Well, Diov definitely wants to go to the silk shop to get some fancy robes. But I'm also very interested in the bookshop for...
Well, how about we go to the bookshop first, and then we can go and look at the silk shop after. How about that? I'd like to stop at the spirits shop, but that's just me.
It's
Okay,
just a
of course.
spirit Halloween.
You gotta bring
Yes.
you gotta bring at least a bottle of some wacky booze back to your husband.
Yeah.
And
It can be our anniversary gift.
we need to not go in the vase shop, otherwise I'm just gonna accidentally break everything.
But there might be money.
Hands in your pockets, everyone. Yeah, let's go to the Radiant Relics Rare Book.
All right. The Radiant Relics Rare Books is a treasure trove for scholars. This shop houses an extensive collection of ancient tomes, rare manuscripts, some of which contain forgotten arcane knowledge. As you guys walk in, you can see a individual with incredibly large glasses.
Mm-hmm.
And as they look over to you, like, "Oh, customers, wonderful. Can I help you? My name is Professor Thaddeus Quillen. Very nice to meet you all. I am the proprietor here. You look so intelligent. You are all so intelligent. You are my little pupils. What can I do for you?"
Yeah, I was just like walking down the hall. I was like, have it. Ooh, okay.
It's a children's book.
It's the first edition print. That's what matters.
Thaddeus, are you the only bookstore in town?
Oh, well, I believe so. I think so. I mean, there's books all over town, but I think we're the major bookstore. There might be some private collectors here and there, but I don't think anything as big as a collection as this.
How long have you been in this service?
As you see his graying hair, and he like counts it. 1, 2, 3. 3 decades?
Interesting. Can I pull out the Grimmelkin's book and place it on the counter?
Oh, child's book. I've seen this before. The Adventures of Squeaky. Very, very good choice for you, sir. I assume it's for like a son or a daughter or nephew, niece.
Something like that. Actually, we found it and want to make sure it gets back to its rightful owner. Can you tell us if you have sold this book to anyone in town in the last 15?
Oh God, 10 to 15 years. Let me do some thinking. He's gonna roll a history
anyone
check.
as intelligent as you would keep a record of your sales.
Sales, right? Have
Have you sold anything recently, or did you lose your logbook?
I mean, things come and go. People take things and, say that they'll pay me, and then maybe they don't, and maybe they
Bhranti would
owe
like to
me.
make. I would like to make an insight check on that.
Absolutely.
Because he's gonna be mad when he sees my plus.
God.
That's our
Wow.
first 40 plus.
Jesus
Holy
Christ.
shit!
I have never seen a 40 before.
You stare into this man's soul.
I know everything about this man that's ever been known. I know things about his ancestors that not even he knows.
Why do I just feel like you did like a laser vision scan of him, like at the airport?
Just
Just
like
get 2
blast
inches
it
from
through
his
his
face
brain
and
like
sniff him.
Superman.
Oh,
Thaddeus seems like such an enthusiastic. He is genuinely excited about all the treasures that he has within his shop, and he has a passion for preserving and sharing the knowledge with like everyone. You are almost positive he's one of those individuals that would definitely just like let people borrow a book here and there and then forget about it. But like he's just, oh, you want to read one of my books? Of course, yes, please take it and read it and let me know how we can start a book club. I know we can do
he's
so
just
many
so
different things,
passionate.
and then like nothing ever happens because they don't
Right.
start the book club, and so yeah.
He's just so
Okay.
passionate.
Yeah, he's just a very passionate young man, Diov. Okay. Thinking of the book that we picked up, touched, Diov and I both read multiple times to quell the beast. I mean, our nephew. Could I kind of maybe do like a history check to see if there was any like this book belongs to, or maybe like a book stamp inside of it?
I would allow an investigation check, see if you could find any kind of hint or stuff
You're
going
also
on.
gonna hate this.
I'll assist.
You find fingerprints, both small, like the size of Bhranti's, and
Mhm.
large, such as the size of a Grendelkin. You also find hair/fur, the color of the Grendelkin, as well as the brownish fur that you assume is who was reading to the Grendelkin.
Okay. I give my I give all this information to my party members, obviously. I don't burden the incredibly exciting being.
All right.
All right. Do you mind if we peruse your collection?
Oh, please, I would love you to. If there's any questions, just let me know, and I will answer them post-haste.
Yeah. I'm just gonna spend some time walking the.
All right. Go ahead and give me an investigation check to see if anything pops out at you. Also, this is what he looks like. Thank you, AI, for making this within record time.
Oh my god, it looks like a whiter version of Diov.
It's a very glamorous outfit.
I will say, you could tell it's AI because of his hand that is on the railing.
Yeah.
But like those hands are leagues ahead of what they were a year ago. I'm just so
correct.
impressed.
I totally agree.
The clock tower, however.
Diov, the three
They don't
books that
sound
really jump out at you are these three books, and I'm gonna just post them into the chat.
Oh, lovely.
So the Tome of Ancient Enchantments, the Codex of Jungle Lore, and the Lost Spells of Seraphor.
Cool. I stack all three of them up. These are quite the finds, Professor Thaddeus. You are a connoisseur of ancient knowledge.
Oh, you like them? I can't really remember where I got these from, but I think one of them, maybe all of them, is from a local wizard here.
Oh, do tell. I'm always interested in expanding my network of arcane users.
I think he goes by the name of Theladir Stormscale. Uh, scaly type. Don't remember if he's like lizard folk or dragon folk. I don't know. But yeah, he's here and there. Has a small cottage at the other side of town. Nice guy, nice guy. Met him a couple times, but very busy. Very, very, very busy.
Does that name ring a bell? We got names of everybody that was in the council. Is that somebody that's in the council?
Is not a person that is in the council.
All right. How about this, Professor? You let me borrow these books for a while, and I will introduce you to a library the likes you of which I've never seen.
Roll a persuasion check with advantage.
Persuasion's not my strong suit, but
DC is like 8 because he is very easy. A library? I haven't been out of this library in God knows how long. I would be honored.
very well. Well, the next time, if you want to schedule something, schedule a little vacation, close down shop for a few days, come and stay with me.
Well, I'm free in maybe a month. I'm maybe 2 months as well. I'm free again. I'm free in 3 weeks and 2 weeks and next week as well.
I'm free tomorrow.
I'm free tomorrow. I can just clear my schedule.
we tend to jump in and out of the city, but the next time we're here for an extended stay, I will come by, possibly to return your books and to take you on a grand adventure.
I would love that.
Wonderful. I'm just gonna slide all 3 of those books into my coat.
Sounds good.
Shall we go get some new drip?
Drip. Which is this? There's something dripping.
Oh, lovely.
I'm
She's not hip to the generation arcane.
I'm not
Bhranti-
either, buddy boy.
Take Bhranti by the elbow, and we'll go to the Silken Serenity Silk Shop.
All right. Let me.
Oh, that's what you meant.
Some drip.
Gotta be hip to get
Please,
some
dear
drip.
God, do not say that ever again.
Diov's hip, man.
No, he is not.
He looks the part of an 18-year-old, so he has to speak the part of the 18-year-old.
You may look like one, but you don't have the mental capacity of one, at least in the single format.
Well,
but
some camouflage is
No.
required.
You guys arrive at the Silken Serenity Silk Shop. It's about midday by this point. This elegant boutique offers a mesmerizing array of luxurious silks dyed in vibrant jungle-inspired hues and is known for its exquisite craftsmanship. The individual who you meet is Seraphina de Silva. Ooh, I'm gonna Kazintite. Counterspell.
Okay.
I'm gonna
What if I
type
just
up
started
that
the
name.
inward sneezing like a dog?
Oh,
You see, she is a striking individual with an aura of elegance and exotic charm. Her long ebony hair is often adorned with flowers, and her attire is always a stunning display of silk garments that she creates and sells. She carries herself with grace and a captivating smile, embodying the spirit of her boutique. Welcome to the Silken Serenity Silk Shop. What can I do for you?
Oh, well, we're
Go
fairly new
on,
to town.
kid.
Sorry, what'd you say?
I was just saying, go on, hip young kid.
We're fairly new to town, and he sort of looks over his shoulder. Aunties are looking for some new thread.
Well, is there anything in mind? You can always peruse, but I would like to recommend a few different things. We have the Jungle Breeze Sarong, the Emerald Enchantment Gown, and the Whispering Leaves Shawl. Those are very popular right now.
Yes, I think we'll peruse a bit. Diav's just gonna get some because I have my Archmage robe, which is not gonna change. So, just gonna get like a nice silk scarf and maybe some silk gloves.
All right. Made out of anything in particular of the three things that I just kind of stated?
Baby foreskin.
Can you
Yeah.
can you say them again?
Yeah, the Jungle Breeze Sarong, the Emerald Enchantment Gown, and the Whispering Leaves Shawl.
So, are you talking about the first modifier of each of those words is the type of silk that's been created, or I'm confused with what you're asking me?
Those are the main. Sorry, they are the main products, but you
Right.
can also find products that are made out of the same material as those materials. That helps.
What do these things look like, Jesse?
Let me. So the Jungle Breeze Sarong, it looks like a lot of leaves all together, and it blends seamlessly into the surrounding. Whenever you're in the jungle, it makes you nearly invisible. The Emerald Enchantment Gown is a full gown, and while you are wearing it, you generally will be. It's like what do you call that? Like a gauze as well, where you will be healed of minor injuries. It will staunch minor injuries, such as things like bleeding, internal trauma, anything like that that the jungle might inhabitants might do things upon you. And the Whispering Leaves Shawl is a shawl, for those of you who don't know, is kind of like I don't even know what a shawl is, I'm gonna be honest. It's like a scarf, but not a scarf.
It's an
Yeah.
oversized scarf that you wear over your shoulders.
And let's see, when it has like an etherealness about it, so when you drape it over yourself, you become semi-transparent and ethereal, and are able to pass through solid objects and move silently. This only lasts for a certain amount of time when you activate it, but those are the main items here. And if you want, very specific, made out of these same things that do the same thing, you're welcome to do that as well.
Give me 2 seconds. I'm gonna switch to my regular headphone.
Absolutely. Anyone else? From anyone else?
I would need to visit a blacksmith for my trip.
I think you would look lovely in a dress.
It hinders my gears.
Does it though?
Yes.
Do you have anything? Well, okay, I guess I should ask. What are your prices for all of these items?
Pretty standard. Platinum pieces as well as mithril pieces is what I usually take.
We have some sapphire coins as well as a couple diamond coins.
Well, hang on. We could enter a beneficial agreement with this young woman. We are pretty prominent people. I imagine us walking around in her attire could lead to increased sales.
I honestly have never seen you before in Seraphor before. Oh, you're rolling deception. 18.
Oh no, that was for not wearing the dress.
Oh, gotcha.
I
Roll a
mean-
persuasion check then.
P.
DC is
Ooh,
20.
she cute.
23. I think that we could come to an arrangement, yes. If that's
Um,
something that you wanted to do.
We
I
can
mean,
always draft up a contract.
um,
Well, I always let my lawyer see the contract before I sign anything, but you're more than welcome to give a draft.
Of course.
I would love
I
to.
In
would-
walks a fucking pit fiend.
my favorite client.
bill you for this hour.
All right, I'll be right back. I gotta pee.
Okay. I would like the sarong. I could always use more stealth.
The gown is what stitches you up, he said, right?
Yeah, I think so. I
And the
feel like
sarong
it was
makes you-
kind of more blending in with the jungle. It got kind of glitchy in my headset, so I only got bits and pieces.
Sarong makes you almost invisible in the jungle, and the Whispering Leaf Shawl allows you to pass through solid matter. I think that's what it is. Should also ask if any of this requires attunement. I assume it doesn't.
I would think that the sarong would be the least likely that would need attunement. I could be completely wrong, but
All right. I just got up and standing up. Oh my god, guys.
are we a little drunk?
I have drank quite a bit tonight.
oh my
It's a
god.
proper D&D game then.
Excuse me. Sorry for a second. My my computer tower just broke the shelf it was on.
Oh, no.
It's okay. It's okay. Everything's fine. The computer's still running. We're okay.
Do we
Did
need
it,
to
like,
give you a
fall?
moment so you can take care
No,
of
I
everything?
just did. It's only like 5 inches above the ground, so it didn't break the tower at all. It just fell on me, so I broke its fall.
But still,
Everything's okay. I just I was just like, what just happened?
shit.
Shit.
So
Uh,
how much would the sarong be?
So let's see.
Do any of these require attunement?
Hang on, I'm writing
No,
up
they
a
do not.
contract right now.
The sarong is and this is limited to only certain times of day, or certain times per day. Sarong is 5 mithril pieces.
I have to remember
What's
what
the
that math
hierarchy
is.
again?
Oh, let me post it real fast. I thought I had a picture of it, but I'll just remake it. Excuse me. And gonna make a handout.
Where the frack is that?
There you go. Monies.
Thank you.
And how many mithril did she say?
5 mithril for the sarong. So that is equal to 50 platinum.
I don't have that much.
50 platinum would be 5 mithril. Well, I mean, we could basically buy it with a sapphire coin. Sorry, I'm trying to do the backwards math here. Mithril coins. So 1 sapphire is 10 mithril coins. You said it was 5 mithril for the sarong?
Indeed diddly it is.
Could I get some gloves made out of the whispering leaves?
Absolutely. Would you be available by tomorrow? I could whip it up by tomorrow.
Oh yes, we got plans for tonight, but I don't think we, besides maybe finally making a meeting, I don't think we have any other plans for tomorrow. Anybody else interested in any of this woman's fine work?
Muad slides a piece of paper to the shopkeeper.
As she reads it.
That's how she reads, by the way.
Why is it so long, and why?
That's what she
What's
said.
the stipulation here about your soul?
I wouldn't ask your lawyer about it. I'm not at liberty to
I
tell you.
will ask my lawyer about it, and then I will get back to you. That sound okay?
I'll see you tomorrow.
I will see you tomorrow as well.
Dibba, you've been eyeing that gown. Are you interested in it?
You should get it. You would look fantastic.
Listen, I think I already look fantastic. This is custom body work.
What about
I
a
put
suit
a
made
lot-
out of the same material?
His pattern, the pattern of his
It's like a
rough-
pinstripe, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
It looks like he's wearing a suit, but it's his skin.
What about you, Bhranti?
Bhranti just kind of looks around. She goes, a lot of it is beautiful, but there's not enough of it for my liking.
What do you mean?
Well, a lot of it shows a lot.
This shawl is literally a covering.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you were speaking of the gowns.
No. And she can make. I'm assuming any design that you wish to cover your modesty, as it were.
Well, since parts of me apparently don't really care about my modesty these days. The shawl is beautiful. Could we get the shawl made in like what's the word I'm looking for? Made with the fabric that helps hide you in the forest, so it's like the shawl from Harry Potter when I'm in the forest.
A jungle breeze shawl?
Absolutely. I could get some more fabric that will cost you a little bit, about 10 mithril pieces, if that's okay.
Yes. So 100 platinum.
Yes.
Okay. Bhranti will hand her 100 platinum, and then apologize for it being platinum.
Oh, not a problem at all. The exchange rate is pretty good here. All right, I'll see you tomorrow then, but I can get this all to you.
What is it for spiders minus 5 mithril apiece?
Yes.
Okay, and then if Kaelor decides he wants anything, we'll pay for that.
Got it. Alright.
Thank you. It's
Thank you,
a lovely
Diov.
shop.
Oh, lovely to hear. Thank you so much. We'll see you by tomorrow.
Yes. Diov, sorry, I feel like I don't belong in my own body right now. Very bizarre.
That's fair. You've gone through an interesting transition as you come into this power that your goddess seems to have bestowed upon you.
Bokash has been nice to you all, right?
Well, he hasn't been terrible. It's just kind of weird seeing you act different.
His sense of humor leaves something to be desired, but
Yeah.
I mean, he hasn't done any evil acts as far as I'm aware. He was pretty much in my purview of my tower for a week and didn't seem to do anything too terrible.
Okay, good. That's good to know. I don't know. I just feel like something weird is happening inside of me. It's almost like puberty all over again.
I can remember.
And I am not a fan.
Who are you?
I'm just
Also,
gonna reach out a reassuring hand to Bhranti and be like, "It's okay. We love you anyway."
Yes, I also feel like I have grown close to Muad, which I don't like.
Oh, that's a terrifying
my-
idea.
It's my
Uh.
fantastic metal body. Lovely.
It's technically, is it magnetic? Could we start just buying refrigerator magnets from all the
Oh,
new towns we
shit.
visit?
Yes.
And then just sticking them to
I heart
Muad?
Seraphor.
Oh, they make me sing folk tunes.
Great reference. Love that reference.
So, okay, well, what's our next stop, or was that it today?
Unless anyone has an interest in any of the other shops that were mentioned.
The booze.
Oh yes, booze, of course. Yes, to the spirit shop, Starlit Sips Spirit Shop.
Gesundheit.
Thank you.
All right. You guys visit that shop. It is a let's see. A purveyor of exotic and potent spirits.
Do they do taste testing?
Yes, of course.
Fuck yeah.
This shop stocks a wide range of jungle-inspired liquors and elixirs, each with unique magical properties. The individuals that are sorry, you guys meet Lysandra Nightshade. Uh, she is a striking and mysterious appearance with long raven black hair, and her attire is adorned with sparkling gemstones and feathers. She carries an air of mystique with her eyes that seem to hold secrets of the jungle's depths. Uh, Lysandra welcomes you all. Welcome. It's so nice to see new faces in my shop. What can I do for you? Are you looking for anything in particular?
Do you have anything that can get a 7-foot tall, 6-armed creature drunk?
Oh, you're serious?
Yes, absolutely.
Yes.
Well,
He's here
let me
for a
see.
fun time, not a long time.
The Moonlit Mirage Absinthe could mess up.
Drago and Absinthe, that just cracks me up.
Oh no.
It could mess many people up, as well as the Seraphorian Jungle Brew. But I think that those... We also have... one of our signatures is the Nectar of the Firebird Elixir, but it's a little more refined, not exactly meant for getting you fucked up, as it were.
Do you offer any tastings? Because I feel like Spider would know what Drago likes for
Oh, of course, of
booze.
course. I can offer a slight taste.
Thank
And
you.
she pours a glass of each of them that she just mentioned.
Just going down the line. I'm not even like just okay, this is gonna be dumb, but it's like almost the oh god, what's the movie? Never mind. Okay. I can't think of the movie, but there's this one scene from either a TV show or a movie, and it's just like assembly line, like taking down shots.
As you get take down those shots, what is the first thing that you taste? You describe it.
For which one?
The Sephorian Jungle Brew and the Moonlit Mirage Absinthe.
I feel like the Jungle Brew would be more fruity,
Okay.
and then having like this weird earthy aftertaste.
Roll
then-
con saves twice.
Oh god.
First one is regular, second one is with disadvantage. First one passes. Ooh!
Ooh!
That's exciting. All right.
Oh no.
The Moonlit Mirage Absinthe. As you drink it and just kind of explain the licorice taste that comes behind it. For the record, I hate absinthe so goddamn much. It tastes like black licorice. Oh, I cannot do it.
Yeah.
Anyway.
You should try it in a cocktail, Jesse.
No, I swear to God,
not
people
as
don't...
like a not the main liquor, but as like an accent.
No,
It's
I
actually not that
I
bad.
get it. It's the same with... I have the same problem with anything coconut flavored or Jägermeister.
Fair.
I cannot do. Anyway, so you taste that licorice and it lasts for a while, and then you begin to watch as Bhranti. You look at her and she just starts to get taller and taller, and Diov begins getting like wider and wider. And Muad, you can see him. He gets like these large pustules that get a little bit larger on his back, and you're starting to hallucinate a little bit.
I think I'm losing it, guys.
Perfect pre-fight gameplay.
I didn't think it would hit this bad.
You mean
I need to
hit
sober
this
up
good, right?
Sure.
Any magical coffee for her?
I was gonna say we might need to stop at a magical coffee shop so I can sober up a little bit.
Can I cure her disease or cure her poison so she's no longer fucking drunk as shit?
Lesser restoration.
Yeah.
All right, you absolutely could. And
do
as
that.
you do, you gain
Why is the sky orange?
you gain 10 piety.
Okay, thank you.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I very, very interested in your elixirs as well. I think we'll probably take a bottle of that absinthe for your husband.
I am married.
That's very.
You sure are, darling.
Oh boy.
You also have 2 children.
I believe they're in college now.
Oh no, I know about the twins, but I just didn't, cause I'm
Oh.
here and
Diov, or not Diov, Dragomir 100,000% proposed to you in our last game. That's not even canon. Like, after we stopped playing, he proposed to you.
then
And
why
then
do
I
I
think
feel
he
like Bhranti just would like shove my ring finger into my face to be like, look, see, it's right there, proof.
I feel like you got 2 would probably actually get like tattoos or something
I was gonna
because
just
rings
say-
are dangerous when you fight with
Oh, for
them.
sure.
So you guys probably have just like tattooed ring fingers.
I feel like they had like platinum rings made for the durability, but underneath there's also a tattoo.
Whoa.
As for the
So
cost of
when
the
I
absinthe,
love your finger.
it is 2 adamantine coins.
Okay.
Do we have that?
Yeah. We got sapphire coins. We got like 170 sapphire.
Oh, okay.
Cool.
God, I feel like shit.
2 coins.
Oh, my head hurts so bad.
It's a magical aspirin.
Thank you.
Cool. And your elixirs, I would be most interested in hearing about those and what they might offer.
Yes, of course. The elixirs that we have, the Nectar of the Firebird elixir, it makes you resistant to fire damage, at least for a time. And it goes down very smooth. Kind of burns the throat a little bit, but other than that, goes down rather smooth.
It's like fantasy fireball.
Sure.
Although I will say from experience, nobody's ever gained anything positive from fireball.
Except for a great story to tell to people as a warning. I'm not gonna drink anymore.
Are there more
Mm-mm.
elixirs?
Those are the 3 main ones.
Sorry, could you repeat one more time? So I have Nectar of the Firebird, and then the absinthe that we bought, and then what was
And the
third?
Seraphorian Jungle Brew.
And what does that one do?
This one actually allows you to be resistant to the diseases in Seraphor, or the Seraphor jungle of Namaqua. So the jungle of Namaqua has a lot of diseases. This allows you to be resistant. It does not cure disease, but allows you to at least resist them. So you have
That's cool.
advantage.
So
on saving throw.
if we were to get a bottle, do they come in bottles, or is that like a potion size?
Yeah, potion size, but it comes with like 5 hits.
Okay, so we could buy one that
They're
would
like little
get us
shot
all
glasses.
Yeah,
one
exactly.
excursion.
Can we also get the shot glasses that go with it? Like I just point to the ones that are like have ridiculous like funky sayings on them because they're like for tourists.
Yes, I love Seraphor, and Seraphorian jungle is wild like me.
Jungle brew, haha. Yeah, so what do you think, guys? Like, we could take like 3 bottles of the jungle brew just for excursions out into the jungle, And I don't think we need the fire resistance unless anybody specifically wants that.
I think that's a wise decision.
Mhm.
I'm done making decisions based on alcohol, so y'all enjoy.
Does
I
the
think that's a good
absinthe
call.
do anything besides make you hallucinate?
The absinthe makes you quite confused, delirious. You don't know exactly where you are after a little bit of
So
drinking.
mostly for a good time, not a productive one.
It could be, and she kind of looks left and right. If you want to disorientate an enemy, you could always give it to them, slip it in their drink, although it will very drastically change the taste.
All right, so we'll take a bottle of that and 3 bottles of Jungle Brew.
Jeremy,
All
I'm
right.
making a toasted everything bagel turkey sandwich. Would you like one?
I'm actually really good right now, thank you.
Okay.
I would
It
like
does
one.
sound really good.
I put it in the air fryer,
Oh,
and
the
I keep
best.
forgetting that I have this dill pickle mustard from Trader Joe's.
Ooh,
But oh yeah, dude,
that sounds really good.
I know my bestie got it for me because she knows I have a love relationship with the pickles
And the mustard for that reason.
and mustard. Any kind of mustard, any kind of pickle, put it in my fucking mouth.
What's the bill for those 4 potions?
2 adamantine pieces each.
Okay, so 8 adamantine. Which would adamantine 2, so 4 sapphire coins headed your way.
You got it.
Cool. Thank you so much. We will, depending on how many excursions we take out to the jungle, we will definitely be back for your elixirs.
I appreciate
Thanks.
it.
God, I feel like shit.
Well, beef up, soldier. You have a fight to win.
I know. I just feel like I made some regretful decisions.
The lesser restoration should have helped you actually with your hangover as well.
Oh no, it's the stomach now. Like just the idea of having you know how sometimes you're sober but your stomach is just kind of turning over because it's like,
Yeah.
what just happened? Why is there
But
poison?
why did you
in
do
me?
this to me? Why
Yeah.
would you do this? This is not fun. Who said this would be fun? My other thought would be Bhranti is gonna have to come up with a spell for like extra hydration spell. So like she could help her friends after they drink too
There
much.
you go.
Control water.
That would be great.
Can we just ride by the research repository and see what kind of a place that is?
Absolutely. As you ride by Criblex's research repository, let's see. You come by a very large shop, much larger than any of the ones that you've been to thus far. As you know, Criblex is one of the council members of this city. The shop very much represents this well-to-do individual of society, and it is currently closed, even though it's during the day and everything seems normal, but the door is locked and it's the closed sign is up.
Can I grab a passerby?
Sure. What do you ask?
Excuse me, is it normal for this business to be closed during the day?
Yeah, right. Don't think it's really normal. Hasn't been normal since the tram went down. A bunch of Criblex's friends, they kind of died in the accident. So Criblex might not be in the best of moods. Also is busy with the council.
That went from Cockney to Surfer, California real quick.
I've been drinking.
I love it.
Do you know somebody named Paulina Dapperville?
Oh yeah, she's like my third cousin.
I didn't even notice this man was a mushroom.
I didn't either.
She's a mushroom? I ate some mushrooms recently.
Drank some
God, you
absinthe too.
monster.
You got some absinthe? I would love some.
Cool. Interesting. Okay, so Cribslix had some friends on the tram and he has been closed since. Cool. Could blow this door open, but that seems like a bad idea right now. So that's good to know. Good to know. Does it look like a tinkerer's shop?
It's an alchemist. Alchemist shop.
Alchemist. Oh, good to know. Okay. Okay. All right. Well, let's. So we're in the Phantom coach, but I'm making Syder run behind it to Eye of the Tiger herd.
Why
In
do I
fact-
feel like she would have like
will.
a complete like a complete workout outfit with the headband and
Yeah.
leg
We actually
warmers and everything?
swung by Mystic Melodies Music Emporium to get a little music box that just plays montage music, and we're just riding around
Love
the
it.
city with it.
Love it.
It's a fucking mountain. Yes, and I will also use create water just to like splash water on her when she starts to waver.
Sounds good.
So who are these fucking nincompoops that have come into our city?
Just doing laps around the fountain.
Speaking of this fight tonight, I don't have anything in particular that would be helpful. Bhranti, do you have anything that you could hit her with that might give her a boost in the fight?
I mean,
Sorry,
if
Edie.
not, I've done okay so far.
Right. I am happy to help in any way that I can. Of course, only with Ido's explicit permission. I do want to not overstep my bounds.
Hit me, baby.
Oh, not literally, right?
Ow,
okay.
broke my hand. Damn it.
Yes, hold on. Pause on that. Let me go through my stuff and see if anything I can help with. The only thing is that it would probably have to be right before your fight. Like now, starting now would be a little too early.
Okay.
Out of character, that I was thinking something like maybe a ability enhancement or something like that. Or giving her temporary hit point. I could probably I could steal some HP from Mod Dib and give it to Syder.
Don't we all just keep treating my dish
Yes.
like an inanimate object now?
Well, when he's unconsciously not here, or when he's consciously not really here right now, then yeah, he's just plot points.
And to be fair, Mod Dib's got the most HP out of him.
No, there's no way that's true. Oh my
You're
God.
at 265 now, right? Because of your feet?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're higher than any of us.
Even Syder.
Yeah, Spider's at
Yeah.
239, it looks like.
Yep.
Very impressive.
Why did we tell Jesse?
Well,
Interesting.
considering he can see it on the screen.
All right. So, where are you guys heading? You can always stop by Jakarth if you want.
Well, point of order, do we or do we not have a meeting scheduled with him?
Well, I'd say he said like find me when you're available.
Oh yeah, we can swing by to Dracarith before the fight.
We just might want to keep the fight hush hush, though.
Oh,
Right.
of course,
It is a
yes.
secret.
Well, I wouldn't necessarily say it's secret, but I can't really say it's legal.
And he is technically the head of the Paladins, so
Yeah, that's kind of why I'm worried.
lips sealed, everyone. Especially you, Mod Dib, you secret-telling little boy.
Naughty, naughty.
As you guys go around the town, you eventually like talking with a bunch of guards. He's not at the guard station, but they just say, "Oh, look over this side. He went over that way." As your party strolls through the vibrant streets of Seraphor, a hushed murmur ripples through the crowd. You notice the council member approaching, their presence demanding attention. Let's see. Adventurers, he says, with his voice carrying some weight and experience. So I've heard of your successful journeys. You went through the perilous jungle unscathed. That speaks volumes to your abilities. I have a task for you, and I trust in your capabilities.
Sure. I mean, scream a little bit more about how great we are to the rest of the city, but would this conversation be better in private?
Doesn't really matter. Doesn't. If they even heard this, there'd be no way for them to get this. I am what do you call it? I'm a man with little time, and I must be brief on this. For we have a ranger that we are looking for currently, and our head ranger being gone is not exactly the easiest thing to do. Drakarth, the opposing Dragonborn paladin and head guard, stands tall as he says, "We have a pressing matter. A valuable item of great importance to our city is currently in the possession of a reclusive wizard. We need it retrieved, and we believe that you are one for the job. Should you choose to assist us, there will be a generous reward waiting for you upon your return, and the safety of Seraphor is paramount, and your help will not go unrewarded. Also, what we are looking for should be able to aid us in retrieving our head ranger."
This wizard wouldn't happen to live in a little cottage on the other side of town, would he?
They would. The
Curious.
wizard goes by Thaladir Storm Scale.
On scale. Yes, we've recently heard this name.
This individual was tasked with creating something out of Stellarium. Apparently, they have the means to manipulate Stellarium in ways that we have been unable or unsuccessful to do it justice. We are looking for the completed project known as the Stellarium Bastion. It is a prototype shield, and it is meant for particularly me, but mainly all the people of the Guard. If the prototype turns out to be a success, we will order more and create more for our companions in the Guard. Unfortunately, this wizard is reclusive. They do not like to come out, and they often leave town unexpectedly for months on end. With the ranger being abducted by the Grendelkin, we do not think that we now think that time is of the essence, and we need the Stellarium Bastion. It should have been done weeks ago, so we assume that if you enter this cottage, you should be able to find it, and it should be ready to go. The problem comes from the wizard. They are reclusive and very holding close to the chest their research. Obviously, we have permission to take the Stellarium Bastion. We do not
Would
want
like
you
to
to
incite
touch.
that.
Yeah, go ahead. We do not have. We do not want to agitate the wizard, but also they have quite powerful. You believe them? They have quite powerful incantations and traps that could be perilous for most individuals. If you are able to make it through and find the Stellarium Bastion, we will of course pay you handsomely, but you need to be careful. This wizard is very paranoid.
Is the reason that you contract with this wizard because he alone possesses the knowledge on how to manipulate the Stellarium, or because you don't have any other enchanters that are willing to use it?
A little bit of both. We understand the basics of Stellarium, but obviously there are much more to it than we really realized. And Thaladir was able to figure out more than what we were to, and manipulate it in faster ways than what we were able to. don't really know his methods, but we would like to make benefit of what he has figured out.
I don't speak for everyone, but I don't see a huge issue with trying to obtain the city's property. We also did come into some information about the manipulation and creation of Stellarium items. If that is something that you'd be interested in trading for.
Very interested. Put a pin in it right now. Right now is time is of the essence that we need to retrieve our ranger as quickly as possible. Sometime within the next couple of days, if possible.
Well, we do have dinner plans, but perhaps we can get to this tomorrow morning.
Wonderful. Then let me know by tomorrow afternoon.
Well, if we're still alive, of course.
Of course.
True.
Appreciate that. Thank you very much. Can I'm gonna hold him back for a second and say, do any of these names hold any special meaning to you? And I'm gonna produce the names that I found in the obituary.
Let me go through these really fast. As Jesse goes and looks at the names real fast.
Also,
to
like
remember.
maybe if he can cross-reference in his mind any connection between any of these people and any of the people that died on the tram.
Let me see. No, the individuals who died on the tram were all of Grung descendants, not Minotaur. And these seem to be all Minotaur names. Tharik Stoneshield, good friend, died of old age, but kind of to be expected. Silra Bloodhoof died from a hammed sandwich. Tragic, but what can you do when you have such dry ham? Gromac Ironhorn, the husband of Mordock Ironhorn, died from unknown means, or at least I don't recall, and goes on to
Oh,
talk
can
about
you
those.
incite that fucking broad? Wow.
Go to the secondary voice chat.
Okay.
Bhranti.
I am mega suspicious.
You think?
I
know
didn't.
stuff.
It's like the third name on the list. Jesus Christ.
I know
It's
stuff
okay.
that you guys don't. That's
Oh,
a long
pertaining to
story.
all the really important information we're trying to get,
I know something you don't.
or about this dude.
I know something you'll never know.
I'm not saying. I'm just saying I know stuff.
I'm not helping you
that's-
with your soul shit anymore.
Well, I have been sworn to secrecy.
Uh-huh.
I did not
that's
swear you to secrecy.
Yes, you did.
Did I?
Yes.
All right, I forgot already.
Wink, wink.
It's from a long time ago.
Oh, okay. Then maybe I do know. Okay, cool. All right. So, as he says, so I will see you by tomorrow afternoon if that works for you all.
Can do.
Sounds promising.
And with that, he goes off and does whatever the head guard does.
Gives head, Jesse. Duh.
Yes.
Okay.
Gotta keep everybody happy.
Guards the head.
He's just a toilet guard.
Actually, before you leave, is there any way you have perhaps a personal item from your ranger who is missing?
I think we might have a personal item of hers. As I pull out the book and the non-Grimaldkin fur that
I
we found.
right. I just put my hand on your shoulder, Diov, and it would be helpful to have something that I know for sure.
I unfortunately do not have anything.
What's her address?
Uh, I don't know if I can share that.
If
Well,
you
you
want
want to
help
find her.
finding her or not, your choice.
Fighting her? Why would we fight her?
Finding.
Finding.
Oh, finding her. How would that help
If you
us
want
in
us to
finding
kick her ass, please let us.
If I have something personal to her, like a hair from her hairbrush or a necklace that she finds near and dear, I can use it to scry and find her and perhaps
Ah,
see her location.
I see. Then in that case, then yes, I will uh, retrieve such an item and bring it to you by tomorrow afternoon.
Beautiful, thank you. Um,
Insight. I
also,
would insight that.
Yeah, sure.
also perhaps
Uh,
something of the wizard, a picture.
You believe him, Wadib. Uh, as for the wizard, I don't think I have anything. You can find him at the cottage, and he writes down the address of the cottage. You might be able to find something in there for the wizard.
Okay, that'll work. Thank you.
Just be careful. Paranoid
Who,
wizards and
me?
all.
I'm only anything but careful. It's the other one you have to worry about. Well, friends,
Off to our dinner reservations, I'm afraid.
All right. You guys leave and head off to your quote dinner reservations. And let me switch some music.
Oh, one quick retcon, Jesse.
Yes.
When we were in the bookstore, could I have tried to find a map of ancient Avalon?
Map of ancient
Like in a
Avalon.
history book that would have shown like where city streets went out into what is now jungle.
Ah, okay, sure. Yeah.
Cool. I just so I can try and pinpoint where like the bank was.
I will get that to you sometime next week.
That's fine. Absolutely cool.
All right. As you guys wait for the afternoon to turn into night, you follow Spider, who leads you down a narrow alleyway and continues down there until she comes to a doorway where she knocks 3 times and then kicks it twice, and the door opens. And as it opens, you guys walk into a rather large area where there seems to be a lot going on in here. You see 2 individuals fighting, but not in the traditional sense. They seem to be casting spells, which is interesting because this is, in fact, a fight club. And it seems that magic is very much allowed in such a studio. You see individuals kind of cheering on others who seem to be not so enamored about the fights, but just kind of going through the motions, seem to be desperately fighting. And you kind of just watch a few rounds of this as you see these individuals. All right, so now
Diav's going to be that guy, and any of the undercard fights, he's just going to find a chair in the corner and pull out a book and start reading.
All right,
My
sounds
hero.
good. And I think that is it. All right. You guys watch as an individual shouts out, "And thank you all! What a wonderful fight, Alan! Alan, unfortunately, is our winner for tonight, and
Jesus,
he gets
those
his...
glasses.
And he gets there's a story behind this that's not for the stream, but anyway, later. Someone's picture I used for this. And Alan, unfortunately, is going to be the winner, so everyone else doesn't get to choose. Alan, would you like gold or a potion of cure disease? And he states cure disease. he goes off to the side where he talks with another individual off to the side. You see a very large Luxodon individual with just very rugged skin, older, very
That's a great
stoic-like.
picture.
It really is. And you can see him. He goes over to this individual as she, in front of her, passes him a potions of cure disease, and he quickly takes it and hightails it out of the situation. He
From where I am, obviously, we can see that he's being given a potion.
yes.
Does it look like a traditional potion of cure disease?
Give me a perception arcana. Or arcana. How about just arcana?
I can do that. This is plus 22.
With that-
21.
With that 22,
No, sorry, it's 33.
with that 33, you know potions of cure disease pretty well. This is a potion of cure disease. In terms of quality, not the best quality. In fact, it's very lack quality. It will still cure most diseases, but it's going to taste like ass. It's going to definitely give you some diarrhea and maybe even put some hair on your chest. Like, it is not good quality potion of cure disease.
I guess Bhranti is not going to hide her displeasure for this, as you guys kind of see her squinting and then just naughty. Who would give somebody that? That's not a prize.
Did Alan, was he wearing ranger attire?
No, most probably. If you give me an insight check, DF.
Not our strongest, but it's alright.
The DC is 11.
Could I assist?
No,
He's good.
Would have been the same thing.
Alan has the hands of a gardener, like soiled hands of dirt and whatnot. Looks to be like someone who tends fields or tends a farm or tends dirt with plants. That is the kind of individual that you see Alan as, not anyone very specific.
Farms and fields are only atop the plateau, though, right? They don't farm down below and then cart the shit up.
Correct. So he'd be like a city farmer where you have like a pot of like 5x5 soil, and then you grow like really tall corn with the beans that climb up the corn stalk, and then the large leaves of the squash like covers the base of the corn, yada yada yada. But he seems like one of those agricultural guys.
So if he's gaining diseases, either that means that the soil up here even is permeated with the curse of below, or something else is giving these people disease.
Well, if I were to make perhaps a grave thought, which I don't generally enjoy doing, but if I did, I could say that there are corrupt people that I have known in my past that pretend to be the cure to the problem that they create.
Spider, when you were fighting in here before, did you see that Alan character?
Would I have?
You probably did. He was trying to, and you may have even spoken to him. He was trying to get a potion of cure disease for his daughter, who has like a really bad case of like RSV or a virus or something. That most adults can shake over, but most kids can't. So he was really worried about her, but seems to be doing good now.
Okay.
Are you Alan?
Yes, I am Alan.
Just curious
if people return here because they're constantly getting diseased, or if it's just someplace people go when they do need it.
Is this fighting to the death?
It is not.
No.
Is this are you this is re-asking. Are you making a statement on American healthcare?
No, not at all.
Um,
There is a plot point to all of this that none of you have
Okay.
gotten.
Okay, Diov, would you mind would you guys be mad at me if I dipped out and perhaps tried to go speak to Alan?
No, go for it.
Uh,
Honestly, the
bring,
more information we get, the better.
bring Tinkerbell with you.
Eyes and ears.
All right,
Ye-
Tinkerbell, come on.
And Muad will go, quote, to sleep in the corner.
I immediately
Oh,
draw
no,
a
he's-
mustache on it.
Oh, no. He's awake, he just pretends like he's asleep, but he's looking through Tinkerbell.
He still draws a mustache on.
And then while fights are going on, I'm just gonna start perusing through that tome of ancient enchantment.
All right, sounds good. And while this is happening, I feel like we need better music. I don't know. I feel like maybe something. Sure, it's like light uplifting,
More
fighting and stuff.
mischievous.
I don't know. We'll go with it. Anyway, all right, Bhranti, you catch up with Alan. What do you do?
Hello. I'm sorry. Are you Alan?
Yes, I am, Missy. What can I do for you? I'm kind of in a rush here.
Right. We can walk and talk if you'd like. I was beg my intrusion on your life because it truly is none of my business. So I understand. But is this a general thing that people do? Do they have to fight for cure disease potions?
Well, it wasn't really an issue up until about a month ago. Diseases, they happen. You get some, coughs and some diarrhea and whatnot. But, we have people that can cure us. But most commonly, you just grab a potion of cure disease and everything will be all right. Recently, these potions have been very sought after because there's been a lack of inventory and we just need to kind of work it out. It's not everyone is as fortunate as I am to be a good fighter and whatnot, so it's what you
Right.
needed to do in order to get this. But Miss Moonshadow, she makes her brew as best as she can. It's definitely not nearly as high as quality as what we're normally used to, but you gotta take what you can get.
Right. Of course. Is it you that is sick?
No, my daughter.
I am a healer by nature. Would you mind if, before you give her the potion, do you mind if I perhaps just look over her to see what is plaguing her?
Well, I guess. Make a persuasion check.
Okay. Oh, thank God. I was like, uh-oh.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess. You seem like you're a nice type. Come on over here. And he leads you back to his house, brings you upstairs. Now,
And murders
Shiva, you see a little girl wrapped up in a lot of bed sheets, coughing, nose is all sniffly, eyes are puffed up. Now, Shiva, we have a doctor here if she's gonna check you out and see if there's anything that can be done.
Gentle hands, I promise. No poking or prodding ever from me. I will first do just like a medicine check, and then if I'm not gathering what I want from that, I'll move to spells.
Sure. You're pretty certain that this is just like a typical common disease found in most cities. It's just like it makes the rounds as it does per season. And for some people, it's like just the common cold. For the some populations, like some young and some elderly, they have a tough time with these diseases and they need a
Right.
lesser restoration.
Okay. I will cast Lesser Restoration on her.
Daddy, I feel good. Well, I'll be. You really are the cure of everything.
Well,
Thank you,
maybe not
miss.
everything.
Well,
You're
I'll
more
be
than-
a Grimaldkin's uncle. Oh shit.
I will give you this potion back, of course, but may I see it?
May you what?
The potion.
Yeah, of course. I don't really need it
No,
anymore. I think I'll keep it for a rainy day, though.
good call. I guess maybe like an Arcana check or a medicine check. I'm just trying to see why this is so low quality. Like if it's missing an ingredient that is normally
I
used
think
in
she's
these
probably
kind.
just like an apprentice alchemist.
Yeah, give me an Arcana check.
I'm putting some things together while I'm hearing all this.
It is indeed lack of experience. It just seems like, some things were not extracted at the proper temperature. They weren't extracted for too long or too little time of time. It just seems like a lack of experience, potion maker.
Good. Okay. Well, I just wanted to make sure that if it's just lack of experience and the side effects are minimal, then it's fine. I just wanted to make sure that it wasn't like you know, it was disguising itself as a cure disease potion and it was actually like make you feel better for a little bit potion and then cause you to die potion or something. I just want to make sure there was no fuckery afoot, if you will.
Yeah, gotcha.
um Since I'm out here, is there anybody else that you know of that might be sick?
Well, there's quite a few actually. Um, yeah, probably at least about 20 people. It just kind of goes through the season.
Right. Do me a favor, because you have seen that I truly do mean no harm. Would you um take me around to people and introduce me to them, and perhaps I can help some others in the town? Uh, but I think perhaps we should try and be sneaky about this.
All right. I don't really know why, but sure, we could do this. I'll make some calls and knock on some doors, and we'll see if everyone's available, and we should be able to do it.
Beautiful. Yes, I'd love to help. I just don't want to um, anger anybody else and put them out. I not that I think that anything necessarily is going wrong per se, but sometimes when you step on some people's toes. And
Yep, I get it. Just let your friends know that you're gonna be busy all night, and then we'll get going.
okay. Yes. Tinkerbell, you.
I was just gonna say, has Mod been relaying all this information through Tinker?
Yes.
I'm gonna relay back. The more information that we're hearing, it could possibly just be this entire business with the fallen tram. If Triblix is the primary alchemist in town and he's locked up shop since that happened, it could just be that without medicine, this town's diseases are getting out of hand.
Right, but I fear that there is something more nefarious afoot. Perhaps that is the cynical side of me showing, but the fact that people are having to be bludgeoned in order to cure their small children of wintertime diseases seems cruel.
That's cruel,
I
absolutely.
was saying that.
I
But
mean, they do live in jungle hell. It's
And-
not
Right,
exactly like they wouldn't
but this
benefit
is an
from combat training.
affluent. This place itself seems somewhat affluent. There should be some kind of backup, right? Some kind of dry storage that keeps backups of medicines for when things go awry.
but they are also this tram accident happened weeks ago, so it's been weeks without additional medicines being provided to the peoples, and a cursed land that seems to increase the rate at which people are diseased.
Okay, I suppose you're right. I do not want to be so cynical. I just
Jesse, really
I guess
quick, on the map, is this guy wearing big black sunglasses?
No, he has a blindfold.
Okay. He looked like he was wearing like 80s sunglasses.
He's a fed.
I
He's a fed.
I everyone else. I guess if there is such thing as underground illegal fighting, then there to me would not be it would not be that far out of reality to think that there are perhaps a under not underworld of kind of seedy behavior that is sickening children just so they are able to have more entertainment.
Yeah, I wouldn't put it outside of the realm of possibility, but I think it's far more likely that it's just someone opportunistic with the means taking advantage of a situation that's already here.
Which is also evil.
Well, I think neutral at best, but yes. But you're going to be out for the rest of the night, is that right?
Yes. I will be doing my best to cure the townspeople of their changing seasons woes.
Right, be careful and scream at the fairy if you have any problem.
Please don't scream. It's very loud.
Do it. Do it.
Bhranti, for every lesser restoration you cast per spell slot is 20 piety points. Piety
you go.
points.
While we're watching fights, Jesse, does it look like any of the fighters are getting prepped up by their buddies with like buffing spells or anything like
Yeah, maybe like one or two. Again, it seems like a lot, pretty much anything goes, kind of. The individual who is in charge seems to be pretty hands off, and anyone who like approaches him, he is more than willing to give them quick advice. Nothing fancy, but like, watch your left side. He likes to stay on. He favors that side. Just make sure you duck when he winds up. Like really quick advice type things. The Grun to Stonehide seems to be like that. The announcer, the person who's like, "Oh, thank you, everyone. It's great to have you here tonight. Now, next up," and so on and so forth. She seems to be a very charismatic type. And then those who win the round, they are led to this individual who procures them one of those shitty potions and whatnot. Seems to be like a no-nonsense kind of woman. And she just says, as she delivers them, she just says, be sure to sip it slowly, and just the side effects are the side effects. Just kind of do your best. Make sure to push fluids, and make sure to have everything ready by the bedside table for any kind of accident, if you know what I mean.
I'm gonna have. This is more like a lore based kind of thing, but can I have Archimedes pop into my pocket dimension and grab a book and pop back over?
popped.
All right, cool. I'll hold on to that for later.
Mm-hmm. Anyone else from anything else from anyone else? Spider, you doing anything?
I'm
Prepping for
just
your
studying the fighters, seeing who's doing what, and looking out for enemy number one.
He is around. He's hanging out around Stonehide right now. He looks a little bit bored, as well as just kind of hanging out, sitting down, lazing around. Are you doing anything before your fight, or should we jump to your fight?
I don't have any buffing spells. I feel like Diov, do you have
I'm
any?
gonna hit you with something right before you go in.
Okay.
All right. Just right before you go in, Ilara Thorn shouts, "And now, for the championship match that you've all been waiting for a chance to win 200 sapphire coins, or this gorgeous, well-made potion of cure disease, enough for 5 dosages or 5 people," as she picks up a very elaborate looking bottle of cure disease. Now, you've already seen what the other potion of disease or cure disease look like. They look like they were made by an apprentice or a very unskilled alchemist and whatnot. This one very much looks expertly, if not masterfully, made. It is clear. You can smell the aroma from around the room, and it smells pure. Any kind of a hit from this, and it's going to cure your disease and cure your epic diseases.
Can I insight on Dark Blood Shield when she raises that up? Does he look like? Does he still have that bored look in his eyes, or does he look desperate when he sees that? Like that's really what he's fighting for. He's not just fighting to fight.
Insight check.
25.
He looks at the pile of gold or sapphire coins.
Interesting. Cool. I don't know if you'll let me do this, but also when she brings that up, the alchemist lady, does she look a little like like oh, I wish I could make that kind of thing, like she knows that she didn't make.
I'll keep that insight check.
Okay.
Yes, you see her like longing after, like, God, one day I'll be that good.
It's one of dudes. It's like one of their last ones from Criplex or something like that. Cool.
All right. And in this corner, Durak Blood Shield. And at this point, you guys can see Stonehide is taking a lot of bets. Seems to be a little bit of gambling going on and a lot of money pouring in. And it seems like that also a way for this place to continue running is through gambling, through making bets, etc., etc. And on this corner,
What are the odds on Spider?
right now it is what is it? 3 to 4. So Spider is 3 and Durak is 4. I don't know those odds.
That's not how that works.
I don't know the odds. I don't know how
like
odds
1
work.
to 2, 1 to 3.
I'm not a gambler, guys.
Like if I put in 5 like platinum coins, what's the ratio over?
0.5.
So I would 7 platinum, 5
Dark.
gold. That's what you're.
Sure. I don't
Okay.
know how to do math.
Not
but
a
go with
huge
it.
return.
It's not a huge return. It seems that this has been very well calculated and well thought out. So Durak is favored because he's the reigning champion, but Spider, people have observed her, and saw what
Seen
she
her
can
kick a
do,
lot of ass.
and seen her kick a lot of ass. And it seems like these things have been calculated.
So as Spider, as you're approaching the ring, I'm gonna hand you a kind of fleshy piece of redwood bark. I'm just gonna say, chew on this for a moment.
I'm going to use the bathroom real fast.
Why am I chewing on this? Is this beef jerky?
Sure. Close your eyes and pretend it is.
Mm.
And there's a little puff of wind around Diov. His cloak billows, and his hair ringlets move in the wind, and his eyes glow. I'm casting a epic level spell on you.
Oh God.
Well, you don't have any hit points down right now, right?
No.
Okay, so at the beginning of each of your turn, you're going to regain 4d6 hit points.
Okay, give me 2 seconds so I can write that down.
Are you casting
What?
Genesis?
Yep.
Nice.
Give me 2 seconds. I'm
Sure.
sorry.
Are you okay?
I can roll
Yeah,
that for you too at the
I-
beginning of your turns if it would help.
Yeah, maybe you should do that, babe.
Yeah.
All right.
Yep.
Okay,
And then
I'm sorry.
There's another effect if something else triggers it.
All right. We
Also-
ready?
Let me know if you want to be something else. I can polymorph you. Hey, gives a thumbs up.
All right.
I'm honestly, ooh, I think I'm gonna say that's dealer's choice. Give him a wink and then go into the arena.
Spider, you know how these things work. Like you're allowed to get buffed right before like you enter, but then after that, there's no
Oh,
outside
fine.
tampering.
Fine.
I mean, whether or not you want to do it, like that's up to you. But like I'm just
No,
letting you know that's the
no.
norm. All right.
Just so
In
you're
that
aware,
case-
Jesse, I don't know if you had your headphones on, but I did cast an epic spell.
What spell did you cast?
Genesis.
And what does that do?
Stuff for Spider.
What does it do?
Mostly healing stuff.
Like what?
Do you want me to read it out right now?
Just post it and I'll read
Okay.
it when I get a chance.
I can post it too because
I got it
There you
right
go.
here. Oh, you got it.
I created it in Roll20 so I could have it.
Last for a minute. All right, we'll say it takes you about 30 seconds to get into the ring, so it's going to last about
5 rounds.
6 more rounds, right?
No, it's not a touch. It's not a touch spell. So he has 90 feet to do it. So he could wait till her foot hits
But it's-
inside the thing.
As soon as she gets in, I can't cast anymore.
Doesn't matter. All right, cool. 6 rounds, we'll say. 6 rounds is what it is.
Cool.
And I forgot to give him... So I'm going to give him this much so that you can see it. So that's very clear that I am not cheating. Not that I really care what you think.
Just got 100,000 hit points.
And there we go. All right, cool. So, we are going to roll initiative. As Durak Bloodshield, you see the massive shield that he is wielding that goes from floor to the top of his head. It is enormous.
And this guy's a full orc, right?
I have him written as a half orc, but
Okay.
the picture might be.
I was just gonna say that she's
misleading.
used to sparring with something this big.
Yeah. All right. So,
Sorry,
Durak
that's what it
Bloodshield
Yep, totally.
looks to Spider and just goes, "Yeah, I've been watching you. You're pretty damn good. Now, let's see how your form is against someone like me. It's gonna be a lot harder for you to hit than most people." And he is going to first step, he is going to take out his longsword in one hand while wielding his shield in the other, and he is going to activate his longsword. You see the longsword begin to shed a very bluish light, and it begins to get cold. And the tip of the sword is like a little bit behind him near the water around you, and the water begins to ice over. And he is going to take his step forward with his shield first, and he is going to bash you. That is a wow! What a way to start.
Mhm.
15 to hit. I don't think it's gonna hit.
Yeah.
And then he's going to take a slash at you.
Wow!
What the fuck,
No.
dude?
No, he
I
ain't.
designed you to be better than this. All right, and he should have done this beforehand, but he's gonna cast haste on himself. So that is.
I feel
20
like that's cheating.
He is an Eldritch Knight, so he can cast
He
it.
did that, I assume, before his turn.
Hold on, wait. Eldritch Knights do cantrips. Nope, they can't do that. I apologize. I don't know how to run Eldritch Knights. Cantrip. So he's gonna do a cantrip instead, and he is going to shocking grasp, and This is at max damage. Spells damage increases. So it's this plus this. So it's going to do a total of 20 points of damage, but I need to roll to hit. Give me a minute. This is hard to do. I swear to God. What the
No.
fuck? He has good rolls, I
It's
swear.
all right. It's all right.
It's fine. It's okay.
Yeah.
It's all right.
Since he didn't cast haste, he's still at 23 AC. Right?
You're right. Yeah.
Okay.
You're right.
It's only a first round.
It's only a first round. What are you doing as you see him with his massive ass shield?
We're gonna attack.
Go for it. Hit.
Oh,
That's hit, and miss. So 14, 12, 10. And cool.
And we're gonna do a menacing attack. For
All right. As you hit him and deal 14 damage, it actually does 7. And then instead of 12, it does 6, and instead of 10, it does 5. So a total of 18 points of damage.
well, if you let me finish.
Yeah, sure.
I am going to add to my damage. I just need to turn order out of the way so I can actually see. So we're going to add that. And then I am going to need him to make a wisdom saving throw.
All right. That's going to be a 17.
He is now frightened
nice.
He is immune to
until the
fright.
end of my next turn.
Sorry.
Every
Motherfucker.
time Spider tries to use.
I'm trying to be brave.
Do you have a shove it? Do you have a shoving attack on?
I
as one of
do.
your-
I was hoping you would be scared.
Yeah, that's true.
Yes, I do have a push attack. I'll do that next time. Motherfucker.
I should mention, Spider, you would know that anyone who falls into the water is automatically disqualified, and that is a way for you to win. However,
Okay, that
it's
would have been
not.
nice to
It's
know.
it's not a traditional like just a shove and then you're done. It's like a 1, 2, 3. Like you fall down, then you are like on the edge about to roll in, and then you roll in. Like it's a 1,
Yeah.
2, 3. It's not like you have multiple chances to do it.
Yeah, but I
Anyway.
am going to action surge.
Go for it. Hit, miss, hit, and that's it. And that 15 and 13, which is a 28, is reduced to 14. Anything else?
That's it.
All
No
right.
shoving attack.
I
So-
can't do more. Well, I guess can I do more than one superiority dice and one?
You can do
It's
one
up-
per attack.
It's up to you. You have to know your
No.
character sheet. This is why
Yeah.
you study your character sheet for 10 minutes every
Well,
week, right?
Yes, but it doesn't say anything about if you can use it more than
Then
once in
I
a turn.
guess it's fine.
I'm just saying. Okay, well, I'm
Jesse's
gonna
a
do push
sassy
attack.
bitch today.
I was gonna say,
I
Jets
am.
drunk sat.
It's that
drunk-
anniversary one.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, we're gonna do that, and then I
Extra 3
am
points of
going
damage.
to need.
-1.
I need a strength saving throw.
Oh, he's got this.
Poop. Okay. Never mind. Nothing happened except I got some bonus damage.
All right. Anything else?
No, I'm gonna just cry a little on the inside.
He looks at you and just says, "Your stance is pretty good. I can see you've been working hard at this, but you need
Piss
to train
off.
better with your defense. It's lacking a lot. For
Dude.
example,
You are like a step away from doing the Chosen's voice. You just need a little bit more lisp in it. Your stance is a little off. Let me show you how it's done.
I was going for the librarian from Skyrim.
Oh,
All right,
nice.
so
Oh
thin,
god.
wispy flames wreath your body for the duration, shedding bright light in a 10-foot radius, yada yada. Flames provide a warm shield, yada yada. The warm shield grants you resistance to cold damage and shield, In addition, whenever a creature within 5 feet hits it with a melee attack, the shield erupts in flame. The attacker takes 2d8 fire damage. And I believe that is per attack. and he is now engulfed in flame.
And he's taking fire damage.
In addition, whenever a creature with 5 hits you with a melee attack, the shield erupts in flame. The
Yeah,
attacker
it's
takes
protecting
2d8, or yes, so it is protecting him. So you take the 2d8. All right. So that was his action. He is now going to action surge, and he is going to shield bash. 21 to hit. Does it hit?
Yep, just barely hits.
11 points of damage. Con save, please. DC 15.
1 second.
All right, you have been knocked prone. That is lovely. And with that prone, he's going to get advantage on this. 27 to hit, 14 slashing, 4 cold, total of 18. And he is going to attempt to shocking grasp you with advantage. 17 is not going to hit you, I don't think.
Nope.
Oh, he just wants to shocking grasp you. All right. It
No.
is your turn.
And you regain 15
Whoa.
hit points.
And he is going to, really quick, second wing. All right.
Is
Spider,
it
it's your
actually
turn.
my turn now?
Yeah, of course.
Okay. Sorry. You were giving me such sass earlier. It's like, okay, I don't know what. 1 second. I just gotta. Okay. I am going to. God, this is infuriating. Okay. This is a dumb question. I'm sorry. Has anyone been able to get off the ground? Is that a legal move?
Like fly? Yeah, that's fine.
Yes.
As
Okay.
long as you stay within the pillar that is the platform.
Okay. I'm gonna whisper some words under my mouth and get the cloak of. Come on. I'm gonna get the cloak of dragonflight
Hell
going.
yeah. Katarina special.
Yep. So I am going to fly into the air. We'll do.
Now, is that a spell or a feature of the cloak?
That's a feature of the cloak.
Got it. All right.
So you just see these dragon wings sprout out from Spider's back, and she's gonna fly up 30 feet.
You're gonna fly up half because you have to get half of your speed to stand up.
The flight is 60, so
Okay, then that's fine. That's fine.
yep, we're good.
Good on you.
Thank you. And then we're going to go ahead and attack.
From a javelin. Got it. All right. So that is 16
Jeez.
is gonna miss, 20 miss, and 11 miss, and 21 miss.
Oh God.
The shield just bing, 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 bing. Stop playing around.
I am going to see if I can do. I'm going to do the precision attack with. You can spend. Okay, so I'm going to do precision attack, and I'm going to see if this is going to get any of the failed ones, I guess, up to the right. Oh God, never mind.
All right. Anything else?
Jeez. Crying on the inside. No, that's it.
Just remember
All
that
right.
you can use superiority on any attack. It doesn't. You don't have to do it once per attack round.
No, I know, but I'm trying to
Okay.
make them last because I do
Gotcha.
only have so many of them.
I'm gonna need a wisdom saving throw. He says, "Stop playing around. Get down here." Wisdom saving throw. DC is only you pass, so you are good to go. And I think that is going to be his turn. Your turn again.
Okay.
And you have a second action surge too, right?
I do.
Okay. Oh, by the way, You regain 11 hit points.
11.
You're back to max.
Thanks.
All right. 14 miss, 14 miss. 24 hits. So I'm going to take that 6 piercing, and I assume that's a it's dexterity save DC 13 for half. Okay, cool. So dexterity save. Has to beat a 13. Is it going to beat a 13? It does. And it's going to take half. So that's 6 plus 8, 14. Anything else?
And then I am going to go ahead and use I'm gonna probably butcher this. Riposte.
Repose.
Repose
day.
Sure, whatever. So during his next turn, if he misses, I can wait. Oh shoot, that's me.
Yeah, you have to be melee for that.
Never mind.
Turning
anything else?
A missed attack into an attack for you.
Yeah, no, that's
All right. He is going to cast.
Okay, I'm gonna use that my second action surge. So
Your second action surge?
yeah.
Go for it. Miss, hit, and miss.
Jesus.
Sorry, that last. Oh, come on.
Of course.
Yeah, of course.
All right. Plus 5, 8, 13. Minus 13. Cool. Anything else?
Nope, that's it.
All right. He is going to cast Fly on himself and just say, listen here. You have a lot of different types of maneuvers and moves. And all you're trying to do is cheese this fight and not even put on a good, entertaining time for these people. What kind of honor do you have? As he flies up to your face.
Says the dude trying to just shove her into the water.
He did not. He's gonna action surge. He's gonna shield bash. And that is going to be a 23 to hit, 16 points of damage. And another 26 and an 18 to hit. Does the 18 hit?
18 does not.
Okay, cool. So you just take 16 plus 17 plus 6.
39.
39. And make a con save or be pushed downward. His shield
Sorry,
bash.
1 second. My computer is being funky.
No worries.
It's 23. And you said Dex?
Con.
Oh, con. Sorry.
It's okay. You're good. All right, Spider, it's your turn. He is now eye to eye with you, and he is not necessarily mocking you, but kind of being like the old mentor who you didn't ask for like advice. He's starting to give you that kind of advice.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought this was about efficiency.
Oh, give that efficient.
All right, so that is a miss, hit. And what's the
you know
total
what
damage on
happens
that?
with a crit on the Vorpal
19.
Greatsword, Jesse?
Minus 10. He is an epic creature and does not get his head chopped off.
He gets extra damage then.
But he gets extra damage. It's a lot, so
I'm looking
you
it
can
up
roll the
right
extra
now.
damage. I want to say it's like 50 damage.
6d8.
6d8. It's close.
48 at a max.
And I'm
24.
also going to use my. This is now when I will use my Repose for his next.
I'll take Diov's.
Thanks.
Oh, Lord
All
of the
right.
Rings.
Minus 32. Beautiful. All right. And your post is what? What does that do?
It's so I am going to if he misses a melee attack, I can use my reaction, spend a superiority dice and make an attack against it.
All right. Sounds good. Anything else?
Yeah. Actually, you know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna do this. Can I do a stance in the air?
Sure, why not?
Okay. Oh, I guess we'll do the Sentinel stance because that's all I can do right now.
You also
Okay.
regained 15 HP last round.
Thanks. We're gonna attack, and this, if it hits, it's going to double the damage.
Wait.
So I guess what?
Is this a post or
Sentinel.
sentinel?
No, this
Gotcha.
is a Sentinel stance.
It
This is
does
my bonus
hit.
action. So it would be 14 points even, since it would technically double.
Sounds good. Anything else?
You said 15 points heal, Diov? Okay, thank you. That's all.
24 to hit, 12 bludgeoning damage, make a con save, and he really wants to get you with his blood shield.
Con save.
Nice.
He's gonna do another blood shield.
No, he ain't.
Natural 1. And
That's
last one.
a miss.
That's
with
my
the-
hit. That's my riposte.
Alright.
Nice.
21 does not hit.
Misses.
Damn it.
Alright.
But I can use. Oh, wait, can I use
I think it's when you make an attack.
to make a melee attack against it, add the spirit dice to damage roll on hit? Damn it.
Alright. It is your turn now. He's looking a little bit worse for wear. In fact, he should be making con saves to keep up his. I'm just going to roll a couple con saves.
Oh,
if
fire
any
shield.
of them
You
are
haven't been
natural
rolling
1.
that damage.
I have not been rolling that damage. Thank you very much. Natural 1, he is going to fall back down onto his ass because he failed his con save at some point for his flying damage. However, I'm going to say that you are going to take some fire shield damage. We're going to call it. And we could just take all of that. So that is a total of 22, 28, 37, and then 58. Take 58 points of
You're
damage,
gonna-
but he falls down.
Heal 19, so actually take 39 damage.
Take 39 points of damage. He's falling down. He's going to take at least that much damage from falling. 7 points of damage. Except it's non-epic, so he doesn't take any damage. All right, cool. And then you hear the announcer just go, "What is this? Have we found a new champion?" And it's going to be, I think that is Spider's turn?
Yeah, give me 2
Yep.
seconds. My computer's getting glitchy. I
Is he-
just wanted to update the health.
Is he prone on the ground from fall?
He should be.
DC 10. He is prone on the ground from falling.
That was a perfectly low DC too to set. Dum, dum, dum,
Nope,
dum,
that's
dum,
not right. There we go. Okay, so he's down on the ground.
Go slice his ass.
Miss hit. Technically these are at disadvantage, but I won't count that. Hit, so 3 hits, and dex. All fucking fail. 26, 32, 37, 45, and then 58 points of damage. Anything else, Spider?
I just need to see one thing quick before we continue. Sorry, I thought I had figured this one out beforehand. Okay, I'm gonna do my throwing stance as a bonus action.
All right, what does that do?
I'm just get to do javelin, and then that damage is tripled.
All right, how would you like to make him unconscious?
I am going to. This is gonna sound really mean. I'm gonna flip. So I'm standing like almost like a javelin thrower in the Olympics, but I'm going to flip my javelin around so it's the blunt end, and I'm going to just hit him square in the forehead and knock him out. And like the thud he makes gives like the ripples in the water, like it just sends everything out. And then I'm just going to like dramatically drop myself, drop to the ground, like a foot above the ground, catch myself with the wings, and then put them away and just kind of stand there like, see,
golf
this
claps
is where
from beyond.
efficiency comes in handy. And then I'm gonna go and
And
make
we
sure he's
have
not
a winner! And
dead.
you hear the crowd get really excited and whatnot. And they bring you, Spider, as they're all cheering for the new champion. They bring you over to the winner's table where they ask you, now which one will it be? 200 sapphire coins or the potion of epic cure disease?
I'm gonna take the epic cure disease.
A fine choice! And it is handed over to you. You now may add the potion of epic cure disease.
Tanks.
As everybody is sort of crowded around, patting her on the back, I'm gonna just slip to the side of her and put like the most advanced book that I have on alchemy in front of the in front of Lysandra and say, true artistry takes time. Don't give up.
I appreciate it, but I really need a mentor is what I need.
Well, reading's a good start.
Of course. But I'm more of a seer than a reader.
Same.
Is there a reason you haven't reached out to the resident alchemist?
Criblex? He's way too busy for me, and has enough goings-ons with the council and maintaining his authority as a council member.
Well, it seems like he's not been able to produce the required amount of medicines for the city.
No, and unfortunately, all the components requires me to do this. There is good money in it, but it's the only way that I can fund my actual potion making, and it's not even that good.
I will say that if you guys are relaying this through Tinkerbell, Bhranti would be happy to mentor while we're here in town.
You're an alchemist?
I mean, I do have proficiency in alchemist supplies and poisoner's supplies, and she is incredibly proficient in Arcana because she is an Arcana cleric.
If you're interested, we do have a friend who might be able to mentor you at least a bit, and facilities at our disposal as well. We do also have a meeting with the council at some point, and could possibly put in a good word for you. While your potions may not be the highest of standards, the fact that you're here doing something should carry some weight.
Well,
Agreed.
I don't want you spreading that word.
Well, of course, lips are sealed.
But we do appreciate your work.
But yes, I would absolutely love for that to happen. The more I can learn, the more I can help people out. I just need a way to fund expeditions into the jungle to get more
Supplies.
components.
Inventory.
Exactly.
I'm gonna go and see if Dirk's
Bhranti just
okay.
killed one of the kids she's helped.
Absolutely not.
Just a flash
by
of
the
light.
way,
in the distance.
Yeah, sorry. I'm trying to fucking... Okay, that did work. Okay, great. I mean, that was just the damage, though. I'm gonna figure you out, you little shit. Bhranti was able to heal 22 people.
Bravo!
That's amazing.
Good job, Bhranti.
Bhranti comes back and she's completely changed into like a plague doctor's outfit that you guys had no idea she even had.
Say, Jesse,
Yes.
is the epic potion is the potion of epic cure disease, is that actually in D&D
Nope.
Beyond? Or okay, I just wanted to make sure I wasn't going crazy.
You said it had
But
5 charges?
5 charges.
Yep, I got that. I am gonna go and make sure my opponent is doing well after.
Yeah, Stonehide was already there, and Gruntusk already went by and made sure Durek was fine. It seems that Durek can handle this pretty well, and he looks to Spider. Durek looks to Spider and just says, "Yeah, you're pretty good. In fact, you're better than pretty good. I think that you still have a ways to go in terms of gaining your full capacity.
Mm-hmm.
Don't
I
let
just
it all
put
go
out-
to your head."
I just put out a hand to be like, you did a good job too.
He grabs the hand and you kind
Beastmaster
of pull
shake.
him up. You pull him up, and he's in good spirit.
I just kind of pat him on the back and go and talk to Stonehide and make sure, like, hey, like, just watch him. He might have a concussion, so, like, don't let him sleep for, like, 12 hours just to make sure everything's fine.
Yeah, he'll be fine.
Okay. I understand some people have a little bit of a thicker skull, but still, just last thing you guys need is that. And I'm gonna give him like a good like pat on the shoulder, like, you did a good job. I'm gonna go back with my friends. See you later.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Bhranti will come back and she looks very tired.
Are you okay?
Oh, so many sick children, but I am much better now, and hopefully, for at least a while, the parents of this god-forsaken plateau will not have to fight the death for cure disease potions.
Do you
Not very good cure disease potions, might I add.
You know what? With what I know, the fact that something's out there, it might not be great, but it's better than nothing. But the work you just did is spectacular, and I think you need a rest, and I think we should go find.
The work you both just did was
Tavern.
spectacular. Yes.
Thank
let's
you.
find
Also,
some-
thank you, Diov.
Of
The
course.
spell, whatever spell you did on me, I don't know what that was, but it helped a lot. So.
Question, Jesse.
Yes.
When I cast Genesis on Spider earlier, did I feel that same feeling, like I was being noticed by something outside our realm?
No. You did not feel.
Okay. Yes, let's get Spider drunk. She deserves it.
I think Bhranti deserves a lot
Oh,
too.
you both deserve it for sure.
Well, Bhranti does not drink, as you both know. And,
Oh gosh,
you can
oh
have
gosh,
tea.
come out here. I'm just
I'm-
kidding. I'm kidding.
You could have some tea.
As he says that, Bronte's like hand goes back to punch him, like just instinctually. Like,
You can have
Yes.
tea. You can
a
have
hot
tea.
toddy, perhaps.
I am going to bed. I'm exhausted.
Fair
And
enough,
you,
honey.
sir, I know where you sleep.
Well, you're always welcome, darling.
Bronte's just she's got like the darkest of under eyes, and she just looks like very dull. She's completely tapped on spell slots, so she's going to just be in, paying whatever she needs to have a room and just go to sleep.
Sounds good. All right. Anything else from anyone else? I think that is where we will wrap it for tonight. Thank you all for joining us. If you would please like and subscribe. There's a Discord link, yada yada. You know the deal by now. We appreciate you, and join our Discord.
And your mom's a hoe.
And
Also,
is it-
if you're from Tunisia, you're amazing.
also, what's the
All right.
average airspeed velocity of a sparrow? Good night, everybody.